Alright guys, how y'all doing today? I'm getting ready to start doing whatever it is I can do today, try to get some things done with that front end, see if we can't get that wrapped up. But before I start my day, I want to tell you, there's another fella on YouTube that's building a big wheeled mini bike, and his name is Old Brat Rider. I'll leave a link to his in the description and at the end of the video. But I wanted to share his information with you because though this guy is not much of a talker, he has a nice shop and he does things on a very professional level, and his work is outstanding. His machine is going to be awesome when he gets it done. And I recommend, if you like what I'm doing with this little thing, go over and check out some of his stuff. You may like it, you may not, I don't know, but you won't know unless you go look. So it's Old Brat Rider. Thumbs up for that guy, man. He does some great work, and I think he deserves for me to tell you about him. So with that being said, I'm gonna pull all this stuff out of here and just start my day, and I'll get back with you after a while and show you what I've got done. Okay? Alright, I'll see you then. So I've redrawn out these front legs, and the angle is that much. It is so minute that I am having trouble reading what it's supposed to be. It's like 2.5 degrees or something crazy. It's barely got a bend in it at all. If I had had the flat stock, I would have been better off to have just made them, the triple trees, a little wider and just run straight tubes. But this will give it some style. So I got to work that out, and then I still got to redraw the front legs because they'll be a little narrower up at the top even yet because those spring perches are inset. So yeah, yeehaw. So I got the front legs drawn out and calculated, and now I just got to cut the pipes and begin to start bending. And that's a little time consuming, but just showing you a little bit step by step how I get there. Here's just a quick shot of both sets of down tubes, or legs. There's the front and there's the rear set, bent and matched, game, set, point. Now I just gotta do the rest, you know. Drill the holes in the ends, put the feet on, weld them to the triple trees, do all the little attachment accessory things. Yeah, anyway, I just wanted to show you I got that part done. An old bender comes in pretty handy once you learn to be patient with it and kind of get a feel for how to do it. The trick is to go slow, a little bit at a time until you get there. Don't overdo it. Once you overdo it, you're done. Alright, so we'll be carrying on now. There, we got everything magnetically held into place, and yeah, the front tire looks a lot better. I still got some fine tuning to do, but I'm much more happy with that. And yeah. So I've welded my nut onto my all thread, and I had a little bit of threads exposed this time, so I had something good to weld to, and I got that all covered up, and I'll ground that off clean after it cools off a bit and I finish this next step. And what I've done is I've run it through the wheel. I've got my brackets in place on both sides, and I've got a big old lock washer on there and the nut on there, just to give me some idea where to cut it off. And then when I cut it off, I can unscrew that nut. It'll chase that thread clean for me. So I'm going to cut it off right there, and then I can proceed putting piece by piece, putting this all together. There's that axle with the nut welded on there and cleaned up a little bit. I know you can see some voids and things in there, but I'm not worried about that right now. I'm just trying to get things assembled so I know things will fit. We'll make it pretty after we get it working. It's starting to take shape, but I'll tell you what, putting all these pieces in place and holding them and getting them lined up just to get a visual, see if everything looks right, is like, it's harder than Chinese arithmetic, man. It's like a freaking circus. Alright, well, anyway, I just want to share with what I got so far. Yeah. Took me half an hour to get that balanced like that. Jeez. So I took that all back apart and started cleaning things up, and I cut my flute holes for my keys to be plug welded to. That way I've got 3 holes on each side, so that's 6 spot welds per side. Plus I can weld it up on the very end also. And now I've got to take some time and clean all these bits, get them rounded edges, smoothed out, curved, however I want them to be, and make them pretty before I weld anything. I found something of interest here that I want to share with you. Watch this triple trees. Oh, they're not doing it now. They were just falling over that way. They didn't want to come this way, but they would just fall over that way. And as I was putting things together, I could see it's still trying to a little bit. I was noticing that this one looked level and this one did not. So I measured from here to here, and there's 10 inches. And I measured from here to here, and there's not quite 10 inches. There's a difference of almost 1/4 of an inch there. So that's right at 10 inch from the top of this to the top of that. And this one is 9 3/4. So this is true. It's with the frame square. This comes up at a 90. I'm wondering if that pipe is cut crooked. So I'm going to disassemble that, which I have to anyway to clean these up. And I'll measure this pipe, make sure it's not shorter on one side than it is on the other. Because that's throwing everything into a weird state. And we don't like that. So, yeah, it's getting late. And, you know, I don't like to make videos after dark. If you look way over yonder, you can see the pinkish of the sunset. I don't know if you can or not. I can see it right through those trees. Anyway, I'll see you guys. Thanks for tuning in. And, checking things out with me. And, I think tomorrow I'll spend my efforts cleaning all these bits up, straightening that measurement out so they're the same on both sides of the triple trees. And then we'll gradually start putting things together. I don't want to start welding. I don't want to go weld apping and have to cut things back apart. I've done that before and I hate it. So I'm going to try to make sure everything's right before I tack weld anything. But that's it for now. Thanks everybody. Appreciate you. And I'll see you later. Okay? Take care. Don't forget to thumbs up my videos, guys. Alright, let's see you. Bye-bye.